Yo, what's up, gamers? Aaron Shack here. We're gonna play some more Stranding on the beach. Stranding 2 on the beach. Part 13 of our playthrough. So let's get into it. Alright, so I think we were prepping to go rest. And we'll see what we do next.
She's at it again?
Wait! Looks like clear skies. Let the sun shine tomorrow. It's a Japanese game to predict the weather. I learned it as a kid. This is rainy, cloudy, and sunny. A charm to ward off evil spirits. To help keep tomorrow safe.
Okay.
Hope it's right.
Doesn't it always rain whenever you go outside, though?
Yes. But deep down in my heart, it's really sunny. Always.
Okay, your turn.
Okay. Let's do this. 明日天気になれ。
It's always rain.
There. Now it'll be sunny.
Damn.
Bye, Sam.
Bye. Alright, Sam. No, you got those laced up, man. You gotta...
Whatever.
You gotta unlace the... Got like freaking combat boots on, dude. You got like some serious... laces, man. Flick those off. How's it going, Iceman? Pepsi, how you guys doing? Yeah, I know, we should, man, I was thinking about trying to do some Hitman today, but, you know, I saw that Donkey Kong Bonanza was coming in the mail today, so I was like,
suffered during your altercation
gotta-
with Higgs appears to have healed. You know,
gotta do that.
I've been thinking about what he said at West Fort Knot. He claimed that extinction wasn't his creed, that he wanted to build a world where fear and violence are king. I can only assume that at present he lacks the means to set the last Stranding in motion. So instead, he settled for trying to pit people against one another so they can tear the world apart for him. The weapons factory was just a means to that end. All the more reason why we need to rely upon the rope that is the chiral network to bring the whole continent together. But that's not all he said, of course. He wanted to get under your skin with those comments about Loom. To get his revenge by inflicting as much pain and suffering as possible on the undying repatriate. Personally, I think you should try to put it out of your mind. Focus on finishing this journey, and in doing so, finding the closure you need. That's one of the reasons we took to the road, after all. That and finishing the network to bring forth a new plate gate. Let's carry on, Sam. One step at a time.
Sam, Charlie here. Another assignment has been registered in the system. You can pick up this main order by accessing the Motherhood's delivery terminal.
No? Not doing anything? The first game had a thing where he got upset and like punches you. Yeah, they might have taken out some of the other stuff. But yeah, I was like, man, I want to do a little Hitman, but too much to do today. I've been enjoying our Death Stranding streams, and then of course, you know, getting a little Destiny in the late nights. And we're like halfway through the story on that latest expansion, so it might be nice to the routine going. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's cooking on Friday, because I think we're supposed to do Return to Moria, but we may or may not. I haven't heard back from everybody on it. Alright, let's see what's next in the story. See what Dollman says.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Looking clean as a whistle. Hasta tenkinare.
All right. My shoes don't come off. Oh well.
Oh well. DK is good, man. I see why everybody's kind of leaping towards the idea of like, this is, you know, 10 out of 10. This is obviously the team that did Mario Odyssey. I think they did a really good job with that. The blood boomerang. Sparring. He's doing parries. See if we can knock out this training stuff. Yeah, like, you know, the way they did the level design, how you're able to like dig holes and stuff. Like I was just tearing up every single area, and it's not very level designed. It's almost, it just feels like very sorry, I can't focus. It just feels very like open world, like it doesn't feel like it was designed in some sort of like level or mission type of format. There it is. Wonder what kind of ranking that is. Oh, S, okay. Damn. But yeah, it just feels like very natural, like open world designs where you're just like exploring and doing whatever. Like the game doesn't, like there are people to talk to and like there is a little bit of guidance where it's like in general, do this. But like they just kind of set Donkey Kong loose to like do whatever, you know? And you just sort of explore and find your own path through the different levels, you know? It was cool. Let's see, 20 enemies, 5 minutes. Okay. We got it. A ranking. Maybe took too many hits. Order mastery. Yeah, man, it's not unusual for like different countries to have different rating systems, and you know, it's not unusual either for, you know, various countries to decide that a certain game is too violent or has, you know, a certain kind of sexual content that they don't want their population exposed to. So it's
Terrific work, Sam. You were
unusual.
amazing in
Seen
there.
it happen a lot with Grand Theft Auto. Manhunt was another game that was like banned in a lot of different countries. Just a thing. Especially when you're making like violent or mature rated video games. Kind of goes with the territory.
Feels good.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with whether a game has like Muslim content or not. I think Middle Eastern countries and even like random European countries, or even like way out Asian, like far out East countries will, you know, rate certain games like Manhunt or Grand Theft Auto as unacceptable because it's usually the absurd, like, sexual content, hookers, strippers, you know, being able to kill civilians, you know, just any sort of, like, violence, or, you know, certain countries have certain rules and traditions. And some countries don't care about it, and some countries do. So it's like, some countries, if they knew, they would care, but some countries don't even pay attention to video games, so it's like they don't care as much. So, I mean, yeah, it's just a case-by-case basis, and some countries are more known to be strict than others. But yeah, if you look up, you know, like, Manhunt's release was really crazy. The Manhunt games were extremely violent. The Punisher, even the Punisher video game was banned in certain countries, and, you know, same with GTA. So, I mean, it's not unusual, but, you know, changes will be made if necessary. Yeah, and there's countries who might look at certain things and decide that, like, the topic of a game is not something that they want. Okay, I'm gonna put away I was gonna try to drop off some cargo, but maybe we'll just make this a building run. But yeah, some countries just might say, like, hey, I don't like what this game is about, like, subject-wise, and they'll just be like, yeah, we're banning that in our country. But yeah, most of the time, you know, it's about ratings. It's about, you know, whether that country thinks that game is appropriate for their audience. Yeah, I mean, it could just be, hey, Iran doesn't care about this, but Cuba cares about this. I had a friend that lived... Where did he live? In... I want to say it was, like, somewhere in Holland. He lived somewhere in Holland, and, like, Crackdown was banned in that country. And Crackdown was literally a game about playing a super agent that beats up and shoots criminals. Like, not even all that bad, but, like, in certain countries, and I think also, he mentioned how he had to, like, cross into another country like Germany, or just other countries in general, to go buy video games that he could play on his Xbox 360. So, yeah, it's not super unusual. It's just, you know, usually in America we have access to everything because, you know, most people are not going to sell their game if it can't be bought in a major market like America. But whereas other games might decide, like, oh, no big loss if I can't, you know, sell my game in a small European country to, you know, maybe hundreds or thousands of people, as opposed to, like, losing millions of people in America, or millions of people that might buy your game in China. And China is also very strict, but a lot of games will bend the knee, and as we've seen even with movies, you know, a lot of movies will bend their knee to what China will or won't allow on their screens. Just kind of wild. Yeah, they definitely don't like the topic of the no Russian mission. That's definitely not a popular thing in... I mean, it's kind of obvious that, like, another country isn't gonna like the idea of an American game developer, you know, calling them out or making them look like terrorists, you know. It is what it is, and it's a thing that's been in practice for decades in gaming at this point. So. Kind of a bummer, sure, but I don't know what you're gonna do about it, you know. Games have their ratings boards done, you know, like we have the ESRB in America. There's different one in the UK, and some countries have their own things, and some countries might rate a game slightly differently than another country, so it ends up with very inconsistent ratings across the board, and it also ends up with certain games just being restricted in certain countries. And it sucks whenever you have like friends worldwide. You know, you might have a friend that's like, hey, I can't get this game, you know, I can't get the new Halo because, you know, my country says it's too violent, you know. It's not unusual, unfortunately, but usually game studios nowadays are trying to, you know, sell their game across the widest market possible, so okay. I think most games are going to try their best to make sure. Now, you know, it really depends with GTA. I feel like they may be able to make changes, because you can't have like a copy of a game. It's not like movies where it's real easy to, like, you know, cut out a scene or something and just when you sell that movie in that territory, you know, it's like, yeah, this is the Chinese version. But when it comes to video games, like, you have to think about when you patch a game, like, you only have like one full version of the game that you're pitching to audiences everywhere, that you're updating worldwide. You can't have like 70 different versions of the same game that every time you patch, you have to be like, oh yeah, don't forget, in Taiwan we can't show this, you know? And then you have to like make patches and updates and stuff for each, and make sure it's compatible with each specific version of the game. It just wouldn't be possible. So they would rather just say, yeah, not sell that game in that market if it's too difficult to make it work, you know? Hey, wait a minute, are these... Oh, okay, never mind. What is going on here? No idea what's going on right here. This has got to be like an ambush site right here. Well, I mean, the reason we have some of those laws is not to be showing stuff like that to young kids, because young kids are very impressionable, and, you know, the first thing little kids are going to do is mimic the type of behavior that they see, you know, typically in video games, unfortunately. And I think it comes down to good parenting. Usually good parents kind of pay attention to what their kids are consuming, whether it's, you know, books, movies, video games, etc. So they make sure. But in America, you know, we have a lot of problems with like school shootings and stuff like that, and it comes from a wide variety of sources. It comes from bad parenting on both sides, on the sides of the bully and potentially on the sides of the kid being bullied. And then, you know, sometimes different pop culture things like music and games can be partially responsible, but usually it comes down to the parents either neglecting their children, you know, potentially hitting their kids. There can be all sorts of forms of abuse that are mental or physical that can cause kids to become bullies. It's often because their parents are bullies, so they're often projecting the bad behavior of their parents and putting it on to someone else. So, you know, they're being hurt and punished by their parents, so they have to push that hate onto someone else so that they can feel better about themselves, or so that they can feel powerful, you know, because in their parents' home they don't have that power. Yeah, and shootings, yeah. There's shootings in my town? No. No, but there have been a lot of school shootings, you know, all over the United States. That was Uvalde, yeah. Where the police weren't even... The police were too scared to go in there. They just stood outside and sanitized their hands. They could have saved lives. But they, you know, they didn't do their job. They put their own lives above the lives of children. And they're supposed to run towards danger, not away from it. You know? Crazy. Wait, why was I was gonna dump things in the mine. And it's always young people that have access to guns. It's either their parents' armory or they were able to buy guns at a, you know, maybe an age that we might need to consider, hey, maybe it's too young to be able to buy a gun at 18 or 21, depending on your state. Or maybe that's too young to be pushing these adult responsibilities onto people that are not mature enough to handle this. I thought we had this stuff. Oh, no, we didn't. No, we didn't map out anything out here. Yeah, it's quite an issue, and it's very divisive, but honestly, I think we could have some common sense laws that... Oh boy. Yep, I see it. I see it, game. Common sense laws that, you know, most of these guns are either purchased by white kids or their parents. Usually people just using their parents' guns to shoot up schools and churches and supermarkets and movie theaters, you name it. Burned up all my energy to come out here. I mean, most shootings are caused from legal. Oh, a vehicle's in the way. It's like most of that comes from legal shooters. People that bought those guns legally. It's not people buying them through the black market. It's kids that are raiding their parents' gun stash at home, or it's people that are young enough and they go out there and legally purchase these weapons and then choose to use them against, you know, their fellow students or at a local nightclub or wherever it might be. Oh, I didn't bring any resins. Well, $11.20 resins. Alright, we're gonna head back. Yeah, this is new in the game. We have gun. Yeah, believe me, I know. I see the things. You don't have to warn me again. Alright. But yeah. Very, very common, unfortunately. And we could put a stop to a lot of it if we just all agreed, like, hey, maybe there are some weapons that are, you know, despite being really cool and used responsibly by some people, maybe not everybody needs to be able to purchase weapons of war. And also, maybe we need stricter control over stuff like that, you know, just like with a car. You have to have very advanced training, you have to have insurance. And even if we get down to like proper storage, I mean, most of this stuff would be stopped if kids didn't know how to get into their parents' gun stash, you know, by locking them in a safe or in a room where that kid doesn't have access to it, or just having it in a secret place where there's no way your kid's ever gonna get into it, or they don't even know you have it. That's the other thing. Or it could also come down to education. A lot of people also agree that maybe just teaching them about how to use stuff like that safely, and that this is not a toy, and that's not something that you take to school, and it's not something that you know, because you had a bad day, you don't let those rash emotions turn you into a school shooter, or whatever the situation. You notice that America is the only country that has that epidemic, you know? All these other countries have it figured out, but because we insist on not even upset at the Second Amendment here, but we insist on being stupid and pretending the problem is not there and that this is not the problem, gets us in a lot of trouble. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I think we're out of battery here. We are out of battery. I have to zip the car back. Yeah. Wait, do I have something sitting in the mine? Trank handgun there. 80 resins. Bring back Destiny. Oh, we're gonna do it later tonight. I've never heard anyone in the 10 plus years that I streamed Destiny. Like, most of the time I had people complaining. Is this all you play? Why don't you play something else? This game's dead. This game's boring. In all my years, I just dreamed of having viewers other than my friends that played Destiny with me saying, hey, would you play some Destiny? Yeah, now we're like halfway through the DLC, and now we're in a bit of a tricky spot where you know, not a lot of people are not playing the game. Losing a lot of the player base, because I think they all thought that the last expansion was going to be the end of it. I have to go there, so load vehicle. Yes, I'm ready or not. I need to do a little bit of that because I think they have an opportunity where I can win a couple of codes for that game if I stream it and get 1,000 views. I don't know if we'll get 1,000 views. Novocaine, was that the one with the Harry Potter kid, or no? It's Jack Quaid, huh? Yeah, he's great. He's a good actor. I think the other one was the Harry Potter kid, was Daniel Radcliffe. Other action movie. We got 0 battery.
Now entering chiral network coverage.
Look at this bridge right here. Look at this bridge. Does this bridge accomplish the goal of a bridge? It does not. That's just a waste of materials. Alright, we're almost there. Here we go. Yeah, The Boys was really good. He was good in my adventures with Superman as well. Even though I have my critiques about that show. The metals mine here. Yeah, pretty solid animation. I want to go here. I got sidetracked. I like zoned out. New Jurassic Park was good. Oh man, I'm curious about that one. I want to go see it. I just don't know if I want to go. I don't know that I want to spend the money to go see it. I guess I should say I would like to watch it. Maybe I'll catch it when it comes to streaming. Because I think there's a part of me that enjoys like the original, like the first 3 films, but then this new one, I feel like it goes down like action movie road, where it's just like, it's not even about the beauty of bringing dinosaurs back to life. It's not even necessarily about the horrors that come with, you know, creating something that is beyond your power to control, because nature is so, especially that type of nature is so unpredictable. But I mean, it just feels like a shooty movie. Like, nothing wrong with those type of movies, but to me, as I was watching the trailers, I was like, this just looks like an action film. Like this doesn't look like Jurassic Park. It looks like it's like Black Widow kills a bunch of dinosaurs, you know. Yeah, and they put like their weird mutants, like the weirdest, the worst of the worst, on that island, which is a fascinating concept, I guess, but I just feel like they're kind of mining our favorite show for nostalgia. But I'd still like to see it, even though my general first impressions of the trailers were like, I don't think this looks good. I was like, man, I'd love to be wrong though. And I get you can't keep trotting out the original cast when they're in like their 50s, 60s, and 70s. Jurassic World Rebirth. But hell yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it though. I don't know, to me, like I enjoyed the things about the original because it was like it got us excited about like paleontology. It taught you about like real dinosaurs and their fossils and things like that. And I feel like with the World series overall, they've just kind of like, sometimes they use real dinosaurs, other times they're just like making up new ones. Which granted, I mean, that's kind of what the whole thing is about. It's, you know, you're combining different DNA to create these dinosaurs. They're not going to be the exact originals DNA. I don't know. And the Mortal Kombat movie. We'll have to see. Some of those movies have been up or down as well. Yeah, playing God. That's it right there. That's the concept. I'm gonna cross over right here. I'm excited that they're making a Jurassic World Evolution 3 though. I just hope we get some Jurassic Park content in there. Because I really enjoyed how Part 2 let me like basically build like essentially build Jurassic Park. Like I could choose that theme set of like how I wanted the Jeeps to look or the or how I wanted you know, the buildings to look. Yeah, I think people are mad at Mortal Kombat. They're like mad that they didn't over-sexualize Katana and other characters. Which, you know, I get. Everybody wants them to look like they did in the earlier games, but now I think NetherRealm has kind of gone with costumes and actors that are not quite so busty, and they are, you know, not wearing a couple shoestrings as clothing. So I mean, I see both sides of why people are excited or not excited about the latest one. I think the craziest bit of news that I heard today was they're making a new Judge Dredd movie, but it's fucking Taika Waititi that is going to be directing it. From Thor: Love and Thunder. Ragnarok. And what else do you do? Jojo Rabbit, which I never saw. I really don't like Waititi's movies. I think he just turns everything into a joke, and I don't think he can handle Judge Dredd. Yeah, like we need Carl Urban, and I forget who it was that directed Dredd, but that movie was perfect. It was beautiful. They didn't even say who's going to be cast as Dredd, just that Taika Waititi's going to do it, and I was like, holy fuck. Like, he's literally going to make a mockery of it and just have, like, fart jokes, you know, throughout the movie, you know? Because that's what I feel like Ragnarok and Love and Thunder were. It was just, like, really just, like, kind of shitty humor. Not very good. I really hated. I liked the first Thor. That was my favorite. But I just can't forgive him for screwing up. Like, you have Christian Bale putting his like hardest work into making a character that's really good and really evil and truly making it work, and then you somehow fuck it up. And you literally bring back Natalie Portman to take over a role that should be emotionally relevant and powerful, but you use it to just say, like, woman good, man stupid. Like, no, that's not the point of Jane Foster. She's someone that's overcoming cancer and utilizing Mjolnir almost as a temporary cure. And if she avoids the addiction of being Thor, then she just simply withers away and dies. I mean, it's a deep story that's like very like depressing and heavy. And I mean, you just can't do that adjacent, like, Thor being sad his hammer never comes to him and, you know, just being a whiny little bitch, you know? I don't know. Mortal Kombat trailer looks made for TV. Oof. Yeah, didn't they have... I think Carl Urban is playing one of the characters, right? Ironically, as we talk about Carl Urban. Wait, what kind of mine is this? I didn't even look. Oh, it's special alloys. We're putting special alloys into a special alloys mine so we can get special alloys. Fully upgrade it. Yeah, I really like Thor 1. For the longest time, Thor 2012 was my favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. Like, I just loved it. Start to finish, the music, the look, everything. And truly captured Thor in a way that I think was very important. I don't know. And I think they're also doing a Street Fighter movie again. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. That could either go really good or it could go really bad. Oh yeah, I think
Commencing route creation.
I'm gonna put some, I think we have some resources to put in there, don't we? Or did I spend them all? Oh, I got 1,200. New Street Fighter game is good. Yeah, I like Street Fighter 6. I'd like to play it more. I'm not very good at fighting games, and I usually don't. Just had to get some pyro crystals here. Okay, that gets us up to 5,400. Favorite MCU movie was Iron Man. Yeah, Iron Man was dope. Like, and me saying Thor 2012 was weird, cause like, I don't even know if now I'm like, I don't think I've ever been a fan of like Thor in the comics. I think there are some comics now that I enjoy, but I didn't really enjoy reading a lot of Thor, and I was back and forth on the art styles of what I enjoyed. So for that movie to just be like, holy shit, like that suit up scene, the, seeing all of the things like frost giants and, the Guardian and the Bifrost and just like the fight scenes like visualized in live action was so incredible. And I think the caliber of actors were really good too. I mean, obviously Anthony Hopkins is huge for to sign up for a comic book movie, Seemed crazy to me. Yeah, man, the sound effects of the like hearing the helmet close, just like all that. Like it was killer. Oh, was COD still cooked? I don't know. Yeah, I think if they don't get a handle on their cheating, they're in some real trouble. I don't think them trying to make their next game Inception is gonna fix anything. if your game's rampant with cheaters. Even Destiny has a bunch of cheaters in Crucible. I've been watching a bunch of ST Cross's gameplay in the Crucible, and he's always getting killed by some no-life cheater. I don't know if I want to dump all my crystals. We might save that for the monorail. Let's see, are we on the chiral network? Oh no, we're not. Oh, well, that's not good. New Helldivers Warbond? We could, yeah. Let's see what's cooking. Yeah, I need to sign up for that. We gotta prep it for the Xbox players coming in August, I believe. Yeah, dude, the laser turret and the that freaking, like, what do you call it? Like a portal, like a void cannon shoots a portal. I've seen people use that to like glitch into bunkers in single player, just shoot a portal and go through it, and you're inside a bunker, so you don't need 2 players anymore. Yeah, I mean, a lot of things they have finally made some changes. Yeah. I think the problem is that I don't even get finished with one Warbond before like 2 others come out. It's rough when there's a lot of you don't get like enough medals and stuff. I think you have to really play on some very hard difficulties to make that happen. Built this bridge. I want him shot. This Bridge does nothing.
Entering chiral storm coverage.
I demand him to be set in front of the firing squad for building a bridge that does not have any function. 39,000 likes. Yeah, the grinding. Like, I just like to play like a couple hours or a couple matches of Helldivers. I never want to play like, I don't want to play it for like 10 hours, you know, to get to get good loot. I never want to sit there and play it for like 10 hours straight, because usually after a while you either get sick of like the same old thing, or you just get tired of your teammates blasting you just as much as the enemy does. And with the randos, it's even worse. If you try to play with the randos. Seven strike 5. Wait, you're the one putting down the turrets. It's you too. There's always a TX Wolverine's turret. And I'm like diving to the ground. Hit the deck! Trying to avoid.
Just a little bit more.
And the propaganda coming out from the Wolverines. Wild. That's where we're at. Okay, let's see if we can get this next spot on the network, I guess. So let's do. I'm gonna dump all that cargo. Let's see. All this. Oh, stop. What's all that? Private locket. What a time, though. Let's see, I'm gonna use the bike. Where's the bike at? Someone had one here. Ooh, did this one have the batteries? Yeah. The new Destiny DLC. Man, what does the bad feedback say? I mean, I think some of the changes they made, like world tiers, is something Division has. The armor set stuff is something the Division has. I think those are good. I just think like maybe the campaign might be a little bland. Yeah, so it's at mixed. I think we might have to sort them by, like, date. Because some of these are, like... Yeah, some of those are, like, previous expansions. I don't know. I'll look at it later. Let me see. I think I was just looking at the main page, but yeah, maybe if I go to Edge of Fate. Yeah, even Edge of Fate, which is the new DLC, that's on mixed. Someone said the story's really good. Deep power grind. I mean, people always get mad about the power grind. They either want less or more of it. No matter what you do, it pisses everyone off. Make matters worse. New reset. Yeah, and I gotta say, playing as a ball is probably the least exciting thing. I get that that's like something, like some of the developers of Destiny said that they like really enjoyed Metroid and Super Metroid, and I was like, okay, that's neat. But then this is Destiny. Like you're inserting in gameplay mechanics from Metroid, which I like too, but the trying to throw in the plays a ball and slide through vents and narrow caves and stuff.
Sam, do you remember the coffin Higgs used to make his escape from the weapons factory? Well, it seems we've identified a similar-looking object. The mechanic, whose shelter you're slated to link up next, reached out to us. He's asked us to go and retrieve this object on his behalf. I'll give you a more detailed briefing as you review the request. Accept the main order on this delivery terminal to proceed.
Yeah, Prophecy, I see mixed. I mean, because Year of Prophecy is going to include Edge of Fate and Renegades, which is the Star Wars expansion that we're going to get this fall. Ugh. Nerfs to everything in the game. Kill the fun. Yeah, that's the other thing is like bashing. Balancing all the nerfs and buffs is extremely difficult. Let's see, what do we have here? Nothing. Deliver it to the mechanic. We'll see. Oh, is there some cargo here? Fluffy pajamas. I think they're in a very tricky spot, though. They have to keep the game fresh because you can't keep making the game the same way you did for the past 10 years. So I see what they're trying to do with this new area where they're giving you puzzles to solve and give you reasons to keep coming back, and they're also giving you a portal which sort of, when you pop into the game, you're like, okay, are you trying to do a quick single player thing? Do you want to team up with buddies? Do you want to do PvP, PvE? Like, it's kind of a way for, like, the casual player or someone who's just like, hey, I'm popping in for a little bit. I only have enough time for, like, a quick activity. It helps people, like, figure out what to do because, honestly, you could spend an hour looking at your quest log or talking to people and furthering quests or trying to find teammates in LFG and stuff. So, I mean, having something that aids you to get started in the game, that's huge. And I see a lot of people complaining about that too, which is, it's just like, man, you can't please anybody with any decision. You know, there's always going to be people hating it, even if it's something that they want or maybe it's something they don't need, like accessibility options, you know. People will be mad that those are in the game, and it's like, okay, it's not for you, just ignore it. But yeah, I definitely think they're in a bad state. I think I think a lot of their key talent quit, and either was quit or laid off, and that's going to be the biggest issue, I think, for Bungie, is them, like Halo Studios, like maybe even parts of BioWare. They've lost key talent. not the same studio. Oh, same with Rocksteady. It's just, and maybe even WB Montreal. I mean, there's several studios that rotated out some of their best talent that made some of the most iconic games over the past several decades. So I don't know. I only think I would recommend Edge of Fate if you're like a diehard Destiny fan. But if you're kind of just casual, I mean, it might be cool to check out, but I think you have to be aware of what you're getting into. Which, I don't know, maybe casual players will have a different experience with Edge of Fate, you know? Someone that's not as invested and doesn't have those relationships with the weapons being nerfed or whatever, they won't really look at that and be upset, you know? Where am I at? Oh, I'm right here.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
I don't know. I have always enjoyed playing Destiny, and I'll probably still want to play it no matter what happens, you know? I'll probably play until the ship sinks, you know? Because, I mean, it's a game I've played 10 plus years. I've made friends. I've lost friends playing that game. Like, I've had people just get mad at, like, a loot drop that you get and just, like, quit the game, unfriend you, whatever. And I've had people be super cool over the years and make a lot of great friendships. And some of the coolest moments in gaming and streaming have been, you know, set up playing Destiny, doing a raid, playing strikes with friends every week. You know, it's kind of a weekly ritual that brought everybody together on a Tuesday night or whatever. You know, Reset has cycled so many different days, but like, let's try to run it one more time, you know, before Reset at 3 a.m. or whatever.
Can anybody hear me? Hello? Hey! Anybody out there? Hello? My name's Sam. Hey! Somebody lend me a hand. Can anybody hear me? Yo! Hey, yeah! Yo!
Thanks for the help. This one's for you. Thank you, God.
I don't know. Tricky situation, and while I understand all the perspectives around it, I don't think it's the worst expansion ever. Probably not the best expansion ever either. I think the final shape was really good, but also a lot of people didn't buy it because they were burned from Lightfall, which looked really good and kind of ended up being kind of mediocre. And so I think it probably soured a lot of people from purchasing the next expansion, which I think, you know, using the word final was a big mistake, I would say. You know? Because even if you say, oh, it's the end of this saga, it might just be, a lot of people will just look at that and be like, yeah, this sounds like a good time to leave, you know? Good time to check out. And that's what a lot of people did, sadly. So it is a little sad to look over at my friends list and see like only a couple playing Destiny or seeing people I don't even recognize are playing Destiny.
thanks for popping in, dude. Yeah, I'll get on the order check for you. You found this? You seriously found this shit? Oh, man. This is like the greatest day ever. Thanks. You're crazy. Like, why you gotta work so damn hard? It's overwhelming having a buddy like you to back me up. I boosted your materials allocation.
Alright.
Displaying your current porter grade.
I got something super neat for you. Well, maybe not that amazing, but useful, at least.
What is that? It's a camel hat? Reduces stamina drain in the heat. Slightly increases cargo capacity. Water supply will restore Sam's stamina if it drops to a certain level. And replenished when the hood is exposed to timefall or immersed in water.
I think our connection level
cool.
just went up, dude. So, I'm gonna hook you up with this camel hood. It's your best friend when humping through the desert. It's even got a special compartment for storing extra water. And high temperatures won't take as much of a toll on you when you wear it. If you do start to get a sweat on though, you've got the H2O you need to recover stamina right on board. How can you not use it in the desert, am I right? Have fun!
Order completed. Well done.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the data scientist and the architect. Let me just grab some more water here. I keep some water on standby here. All right. I don't think I've seen those. I'm burned out on horror, man. I feel like there's nothing good. I've watched too many bad ones. I just don't want to be hurt again. I want to put myself out there, you know? No, I think actually the last good one I watched was Heretic. Heretic was really good with Hugh Grant. Man, that's crazy. We're all good on that. Take it easy on the dunes. Sinister is good. I mean, it feels like we haven't had anything good since the early 2000s, you know? Yeah, and I do tend to like thrillers, horror, like a mystery to it, over like Saw, over like the gruesome, you know, torture porn, or the or just like grotesque for being grotesque, or monsters. I feel like slasher flicks, they're kind of overdone. It's like, you know, Scream was really good, but now there's too many, and the same thing happens with all the other slasher villains. Is they just have like 20 movies now, and it's like, it's a little too much. And I felt that way with, you know, I felt like zombies at a certain point was overdone, vampires are overdone. You know, there's so many things that have been overused, you know? And I don't really like exorcism movies, although I've enjoyed some. Man, I think the Conjuring movies, those might be like maybe an example of modern horror that's like chef's kiss, you know? Where it's like, those are bangers. I don't like the third one as much, but I would still say that all three of those are bangers. Like supernatural, horror, they do have a little bit of exorcisms in them. But I mean, Pope's Exorcist wasn't bad. I just don't like exorcist movies. They're just weird. And horror movies about kids, that's not good either. I don't really... Like, they're scary. Like, The Ring was really good. But it's like, after that, we just got like a, you know, decades worth of horror movies based around children that were just like, not even good. Not to slip and fall. Go!
Order completed. Well done.
Yeah, I think maybe supernatural. Supernatural, thrillers. I mean, sometimes it's even good if a horror movie just has a good mystery, then it doesn't really matter what genre it is. Because if it's a really good slasher flick with like a good mystery, then, you know, it could still be really good. But I feel like every movie's just trying to be like nasty. And it's like, yeah, that's not horrific. Like, that's just gross. You're just being weird. Oh, I'll have to check it. Yeah, that sounds cool. Dig into that. I'm still watching Brave and the Bold and Superman, the animated series. I'm going through both of those, and then I started the season of Doctor Who that has the doctor is a woman. And it's actually pretty good. Actually been pretty good so far. I was honestly surprised. Like, what if it's bad? Or is it just a bunch of people hating on a woman being in the lead role? Could be. But I was like, I gotta find out for myself, you know? I wasn't really interested in Ballerina, but I might need to check it out. I just haven't been interested in the idea of the John Wick universe. I just like John Wick. You know? I don't want I don't want them milking the universe for more cash, you know? Oh, you're talking about a different John Wick, different Ballerina movie? Gotcha. Grab this. Go down right here. To the same guys? Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Be alright. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'll have to. I got some movies to check out for sure. But I wanna kind of finish what I'm working through. It's just that season 1 of Brave and the Bold is incredibly long. Like, it's like 20-something episodes. And then like the second and third seasons are only like 13 or so, maybe less. That and Superman. Doctor Who's kind of my long form show that I sit down, try to get through that. At least try to watch her entire series and then see. Might take a little break and then see what the latest Doctor is like. Cause he just stepped down from his role.
Now displaying your current Porter grade.
Order completed. Well done.
I think we have. There. I'm gonna double check here. Yeah, I think we're all good. And then what was it? I think Netflix greenlit the Assassin's Creed thing that they're doing. I think they're also supposed to be doing a Splinter Cell show. I just don't think they're going to be able to please anyone. The Assassin's Creed fans are always going to want Ezio, or they're going to want, you know, Viking Simulator or something. Just never going to be able to please anyone with a movie. You know, even if you retrace Ezio's steps, it won't be good enough for some people. You know, and if you try to do something different like the movie did, which is arguably what you should do with a sequel, or with a movie or a franchise shifting to a different, what would you call it? Different medium, going from video games to movies or book to a movie. You shouldn't trace over what everybody already knows. You should create something new that gives everyone something to be interested in, and then you can have like nods to the book or the video game or whatever, you know, for the people that are like deep into the lore, which is exactly what the Assassin's Creed movie did. But people still hated it. So, there it is. Yeah, I'm not sure how it would go. Like, that would be the one thing where if they actually cast Michael Ironside, like, the show could do really well. But I honestly think they just need to be making a game. And granted they are, but I mean, they've been working on that for, it's been like 4 or 5 years at this point. They've been working on the remake. The first Splinter Cell game.
Feels good.
But they're also like modernizing it, which has me scared. Because I'm like, man, you can't modernize that. You can't make it about today's politics or try to weave in all the crap that studios often shove into games now. And Fisher's gonna be like, Lambert, I'm gay. What? Sam, that has nothing to do with the mission. Listen, Lambert, I've always wanted to kiss you, Lambert. Oh man, yeah. So many people hated it, man, but I've loved it. Fassbender pulled it off, man, and I was at the end of the movie. I was like, I'm hyped. Whatever's next, I'm hyped. Let's do it. It wasn't enough. The fans literally killed it, you know? The fans killed it. Yeah, that's what they'll do. You never know these days, you know? Ubisoft wants you to be happy with not buying your games, and you should smile while they delete your games from existence. So if they also give, you know, Sam Fisher and care and you know, yeah, Lambert, I haven't told you this, Lambert, but I'm black too. What? Yep, totally changed my race. I'm just joking, but I mean, they, you know, you don't, Ubisoft might, you know, you never know. Yeah, like, Lambert, I'm gay. Lambert. The fans are remembering it wrong, just like Suicide Squad. I've always been black. Just like Deadshot, the real version has always been black. I'm also gay, Lambert. Gay as can be. What time to be alive, man. Imagine they put together a whole remake just to screw it all up.
Okay.
Okay. There might be more of those little guys, but maybe we spooked them. Oh shoot. Hang on. We were supposed to pivot to Destiny, but we're not quite done here. Let's give it I'm going to set it till 11 cuz I want to drop off these deliveries and then do a story mission. Oh yeah, and then we'll give it over to Destiny Land. I feel like everything I do in this game always takes longer than I think sometimes. We're getting a thunderstorm.
Glad you can make it. I'll need a moment to review order data, so sit tight. You're a workaholic.
Now displaying your current port
Almost to that
You're
5th
welcome.
star.
Come back in.
We just need a delivery.
Order completed. Well done.
Well done. Alright, I think we're gonna run to... Yeah, we gotta go see her again on the way back to the motherhood. Oh, I think they hear me. And I'm like flying by. Yeah. I didn't get it, huh? Dang it, I didn't want to pick up that cargo. Game. noise. Hmm. What do we got here? That bridge is crazy. For a koala plushie. Oh, we're so close to 5 stars, but yeah, we're gonna keep it on moving. Bye bye.
Order completed. Well done.
Well done.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
Kangaroo.
Hello and welcome, friend. Sit tight while I check your orders. What a surprise. I can't imagine where you found this.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Always a pleasure.
Order completed. Well done.
Your service in transporting this cargo is appreciated. The delivery will...
As good as new to me.
All right. Off it.
Hello, Sam. Charlie here. This next order requires you to retrieve a piece of cargo. Said cargo is located somewhere within this armed survivalist's base and is a distressingly familiar coffin-shaped object. Additional devices of unknown purpose appear to have been delivered to the base as well. While much remains unclear, securing the coffin for study may provide us with intel on Higgs and his movements. The mechanic is eager to conduct an analysis, and we have every intention of cooperating with him. That's all the additional information I have for now. There may be more surprises in store for us during this operation, so take all due care in plotting your route and finalizing your equipment loadout. We're counting on you, Sam.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized. Commencing route creation. Order accepted. Thank you.
Nobody wants to die? Wait. Not familiar what that is. That movie? Nobody wants to die? Oh yeah, I played a little bit of it. It was pretty good. Yeah, kind of more of a detective game. You know, it definitely looks like Cyberpunk, but mixed with like a mystery game. But it definitely doesn't have, to my knowledge, any action. And do that. Yeah, I think we did a live stream on it a while back. It's alright. I don't know. I'm not really sure about Gamescom. 'Cause we have The Last Ronin, Wolverine. I feel like, at least for Sony, they would keep their games like Wolverine that would be a state of play. I don't think they would share that with, you know, some sort of game showcase. I mean, they could drop it at the Game Awards. That would be the only exception, I would say. Like, Game Awards would get them some pretty big recognition. But honestly, priority one is usually them dropping their own stuff during their own showcases, you know. Or they might do the reveal at something like the Game Awards, and then, you know, be like, hey, if you want to know more, you know, catch our state of play. That seems to be the new way of doing things.
Look there, Sam. It's the coffin. Be careful. Higgs may still be inside that thing.
So good. It's not as hardcore as like Sniper Elite kind of sniping, but it doesn't have to be. Not that kind of game, but yeah, having a little bit of bullet drop is cool. Cool fun. Pizza chef. Pizza chef's Misanga. I'm gonna go get the car. Oh no. I'm gonna have to... I'm gonna have to leave some cargo behind, aren't I?
get a move on.
Looks like you have what was requested. All that remains now is to drop it off.
What's up, Turbo Dad? Keep on keeping on. I appreciate that. Appreciate the $2 super chat. How you doing, man? But yeah, I don't know if you got the message, but I did get Destiny working. That was so stupid. Oh no, I think you did respond, yeah. Yeah, man, this is a whole disaster, but I'm glad it's up. I don't think we're gonna be able to get in the car. Nope. Aaron's a dum-dum. He's greedy. He wants too much cargo. What is his problem? No. No. You are outside the chiral network. You dumb fuck. Okay, hang on. What's the solution here? Go all the way to there. It's not crazy. It's good. You take your son to see Superman. Let's go. Oh man, I hope you guys enjoy it. I had a really great time. I enjoyed it. I think that should be enough to load him up in the car. I know somehow Iceman is dominating the leaderboard tonight, despite Nightbot doing their job and you know, being incredibly faithful to the stream and announcing the rules and keeping everybody informed of all the latest things going on with the channel.
Gotta stretch my legs.
I wonder if it's Higgs in that costume or if it's someone else. Oh, it's still not gonna. Really? Is this just a mission? Often can be transported in the back of a truck. Okay, let me try something. Does it have to be... No, I don't even know. We're so cooked, chat. Okay. New plan. Yeah, we're supposed to recover this coffin because this is how Higgs escaped during that big battle. He hopped in his coffin and noped out of there, and we did some recon and found out that there was a coffin here in this base, and so I had to take everyone out. We can steal the coffin. We're going to deliver it over to the mechanic here, and hopefully we'll get some intel, you know? Fall asleep. Yeah, fall asleep next to the coffin. Be like, forget this delivery. Okay, I thought this was going to be a loaded up in the truck type thing, but apparently it's not. I'm going to be in a little bit of trouble here. Yeah, I think Call of Duty is really going to hinge on what they show at that show. I don't know. Like, if it's really good, I mean, they're going to have to announce, like, hey, we've got cheating under control, you know, and we're, like, you know, obviously giving you, like, I keep having Interstellar on my mind. But like, hey, we're gonna give you a story and a campaign that's unlike anything you've seen in Call of Duty before. Like, hey, we're giving you the craziest thing. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to unload everything in the truck into this. Oh, now I can use the vehicle. Maybe it just has to be near empty. Okay, well. Alright, we're going this way.
That's the way. Snack.
Forever. Let's go there together.
Look, that one.
It's up to you, but you know it's ending. The space shuttle is coming. Do you stay to the heart? Your smiling face is like a big ship in the sky. Play my guitar. This time is running out. We have prepared everything, I think so far. Tell me what your favorite day. The empty sky is coming, but you don't want to escape anymore. So I say, hey,
Gotcha.
tell me what your favorite day. The empty sky is coming. Oh, let's do not say another word.
You're mine.
I'm feeling us forever. Let's go there together.
Just a bit further now.
To you, but you know it's ending.
Alright, this is actually a killer view.
Good evening, Sam. Drawbridge credentials verified. Welcome, Sam. Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is
Deliver and report. He's got a bunch of handmade models, a motherboard for a VR device, and high-octane gasoline.
glad you could make it. Did you really manage to retrieve the device? I'll need to assess its condition.
It's
Well,
raining.
you've clearly been well taken care of. No wonder people trust you. Ah, I know this. I've been looking all over for it. Been waiting a long time. I understand you have a Cupid. Then go ahead and connect me to the network.
Big region. Coffin board. A coffin-shaped transportation device. Can operate as smoothly on water as dry land. Riding the coffin board, you can climb inside, take a rest, hide from enemies, or deploy stun bombs. It can also be used to dispose of corpses. The coffin board will not function outside the chiral network and must be dragged behind you. Oh, okay. Doing so will consume chiral crystals. Coffin board is battery powered. I mean, it could be cool. I like the idea of, like, you could take a quick rest. Like, that's not a bad deal. Boost the power of electrical weapons. I think I really use electrical weapons.
Fascinating, this ocean of information. It's so much more than I imagined. Enough for me to make great strides in multiple avenues of research. I hesitate to call it a reward, but I would like to present you with this. It's a classic collectible, sure to help you make lasting memories.
What? Really? Oh, available in your private room aboard the DHV Magellan.
I finished my examination of that coffin, and now I can share with you the coffin board schematic. It's essentially a coffin that's been equipped with an electric propulsion unit. Who made it and for what purpose is anyone's guess. I just happened to stumble across the associated data while I was studying the one you recovered. I'm also curious how such a bizarre device came into the possession of the armed survivalists. Even though the weapons factory has been destroyed, this and other dangerous tech has been popping up everywhere. We need to use all methods at our disposal to protect ourselves. I've been thinking about how I might make vehicles sturdier, for one. Much of the surrounding area is flat and level terrain that's well suited to them. A reinforced ride would be a good ally when facing survivalists, I believe. But I still lack the materials and knowledge to complete my designs. Which is why I could really use your assistance, if you're willing. The armed survivalists have been making use of some new equipment lately. You've seen them yourself, no doubt. Devices that utilize chirograms. Weapons are flowing freely again, too. There must be another supplier out there somewhere. Perhaps if you ventured into the survivalists' territory, you could find some clues as to the source of the problem. Though I wouldn't risk going in there unprepared. Again, it's a coffin that's been outfitted with an unusual propulsion unit. It draws up tar from beneath the ground to create a layer upon which it can glide. It's not without its limitations, though.
I seriously doubt it will function outside of network coverage. And it's clearly the product of a deranged mind. Regardless, it's not impossible. It might come in handy. Test it in the field and see for yourself what you think. Thanks again for all your help, friend. Oh, and by the way, the data scientist just posted a sub-order for you in the system. Sounds like she's got her hands on something intriguing. You should at least take a look at the request. But I won't keep you. We both have work to do.
Sam, the coffin you recovered for us is being examined by the mechanic as we speak. APAS's own analysis has concluded that while there is no evidence that Higgs was ever inside it, the technology it utilizes is undeniably related to that of the Ghost Mechs. Meaning it's possible that Higgs is still fabricating all new kinds of weapons. Now, as for the coffin board that the mechanic was kind enough to share with you, it's much more than just a mode of transport. If you're within network coverage, you can hide inside one and retreat into the tar currents. This provides an opportunity to catch your breath, or to attack the enemy with a stun bomb. The board you brought back had the very same functionality, so we're very lucky you stole it from the survivalists before they could learn how to use it. It would be terrible indeed if we had to contend with enemies attacking from the tar beneath our feet. I must commend you on a job well done. Thank you, Sam.
Thanks for doing your part, Sam. I know that wasn't an easy job. The time has come to finally connect East Fort Knot to the chiral network. That said, it will take a while longer for the necessary cargo to be ready for transport. So let's use this time for everyone to get some rest. Between decontaminating the ship and searching for the weapons factory, it's fair to say everyone's been feeling the strain. You and Dolman have had to complete several difficult orders recently too. Wrap up any pressing and finish business, then return to the Magellan so you can take a break. We have a long road ahead of us, and we need to manage our health to make it to the end. On another subject, would you mind if I borrowed that instant camera the mechanic gave you? I bet Rainey and Tamara would love to try it out. Apparently, they're pretty rare these days. It'll be a fun experience for them.
Order completed. Well done.
Interesting. Yeah, it would be kind of fun to mess around. But I usually don't sleep during deliveries because it messes with your rating. Like it'll count against like your time. It's like they genuinely expect you to get the delivery done within a certain amount of time. Which, you know, more or less. Yeah, it would be an interesting thing to figure out. Something we can consider, right? I need to go get all my cargo that I left out there. That might be the order that gets him to 5 stars. Yeah, you can sleep. You can actually do that anytime. Yeah, like you can just go over here and hold square and rest. And you'll sit down, you can like massage your shoulders, stretch out your legs, have a drink, you can even take a nap. And if you're in a timefall shelter, you can do that too. So even if there's like rain everywhere, you can just go into a timefall shelter and take a nap. But if you are in the middle of a delivery, it will impact your grade. But yeah, if you're not in the middle of a delivery, yeah, you can totally crash out, go sleep. It's genuinely safer to sleep in a safe house, but yeah, and you can rest. And now we know that like you can carry around your own coffin and like take a nap, you know, and see what happens. You can take a nap in the coffin, surf around on it, but you still have to lug it behind you. So there's a bit of a plus and minus to it as well, you know. There's definitely its own set of positives and negatives. right? Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what's up. But yeah, that's generally... Oh, and also when you sit down, you can also play Sam's harmonica whenever you stop to rest, take a little break. Yeah, it's just a function of the game. This is the whole sleeping thing. What is that? Hartman's super tough. Hartman's score is at the top. Are you sure it was me? I have no memory of doing any such training program. Maybe it's a system bug. Alright, we're gonna try to go get my cargo. Let me just do a quick break. I want to grab some more water. But I think what we're gonna do is we'll run over here. We'll grab my cargo there.
Delivery route finalized.
And then we can come back. Dang, really? It's already 11? Man, I was... Okay. Yeah, let me get my cargo back, and then maybe, if you guys want, we can pivot to Destiny 2. I feel like I put off the stream for several hours, but yeah, we could definitely pivot in a moment. Alright, BRB. We'll try to wrap up what we're doing here in Death Stranding. Quack, quack. What are you guys doing? Are you guys for real? Quack, quack, quack. You guys have a lot to talk about? Yeah, me too. Whoa! Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Quack, quack. What are you guys doing? Are you guys for real? Quack, quack, quack. You guys have a lot to talk about? Yeah, me too. Whoa! Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Quack, quack. What are you guys doing? Are you guys for real? Quack, quack, quack. You guys have a lot to talk about? Yeah, me too. Whoa! Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Alright, gamers. Worth it. Worth it to get some cold water. Get some fresh ice in the machine, all that good stuff. Alright. So, we're gonna go get our cargo. I think we have like one delivery to do, maybe. But let's look into that, and then we'll pivot to Destiny after we kind of wrap up a little bit around here. So, I wanted to start, you know, around 15 minutes ago on some Destiny 2, but we'll, you know, I also want to make sure that we get some things done here. Make sure we are prepped for tomorrow. So we'll probably play some Death Stranding at some point. Or no, I don't know, we might do some more Donkey Kong as well. I mean, that was quite fun checking it out today. Okay, so we're gonna go right there. Someone leave a coffin right here?
You're mine.
Think it's all gonna fit.
And just like the guy whose feet are too big for nothing seems to fit those. Raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. So I just did me some talking to the sun. And I said I didn't like the way he got things.
Looking good.
Construction process now.
Raindrops are falling on my head. And just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed, nothing seems to fit. Raindrops are falling.
I wish we could take this coffin with us. Maybe it'll still be there. Give this guy some likes.
Thanks for the help. Thank you, kindly. Came in handy. This one's for you.
trying to get a bridge built right here. I think that's what this is gonna do. Oh, I think we're gonna run out. We're not gonna have enough. Okay, we have enough. I don't think we're gonna have that much ceramics. Yeah, there's no way. That's gonna be another day. 2610 ceramics. That's some crazy numbers right there. That's not happening. We're not. How much? Nah, that's too much. I can't carry it.
Gotta stretch my leg. Hell yeah.
Construction.
Oh wait, I still have some cargo on my back. someone dropped another one?
Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Let's get a move on.
Nothing seems to fit. Wait, I can't. You can't stash it? Alright, I guess recycle it, why not? Okay, so we have an order here. We could do that one. Archival footage of an off-road endurance race from before the Death Stranding. And then we can go get that ghost mech cargo.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized. Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
Alright. We'll do this, and this will be the last order of the night. And we'll pivot to some Destiny 2.
Order accepted. Thank you.
Kangaroo! Little hippie hop. Look at that. There you go.
Somebody lend me a hand. I'm Sam. My name's Sam. Hey. there!
Yeah, our traction is gonna be trash in the sand when it's raining. You get stuck in the mud.
That's the way.
Alright, half the delivery is done. The other half is, wait, he has his jacket buttoned up all the way. Huh.
Oh my god!
Almost 3 stars. 65. Legend of Legend orders. 85 hours in. I'm going for that full completion though.
Order completed. Well done.
Deliver some fine wine. That will be a delivery for another day, I think. I'm driving the wrong way? Oh, that's news to me, man. I'm glad you know the way, Iceman.
Gotcha. That's the way.
Gears of War, there might be some multiplayer trophies, yeah. I think so. But I mean, other than that, I think it's doable. You could certainly get all the trophies. The best exclusive game on PlayStation? I mean, it's not Death Stranding anymore. That's kind of everywhere. Part 2 is a little more available this game, right? I feel like Spider-Man was really good. And maybe it's Uncharted. It might be Uncharted. Because they, you know, Last of Us Part 1 was good, but like, the fact that Uncharted still isn't anywhere and everywhere, like, all those games should be everywhere right now. With multiplayer. With multiplayer would be, the easiest of easy wins.
Looks like you have what was requested. All that remains now is to drop it off.
New Naughty Dog game? What was it? Interstellar, I think is what they called it. I don't know. I haven't seen enough. I try not to get too hyped on just seeing a really good trailer like that, with fancy graphics or whatever. I don't know about Naughty Dog. I really liked Uncharted, but I think that game's run its course. I think Last of Us might have run its course unless they ever want to do like a flashback game of like Joel and Tommy's younger years, or if they actually wanted to have a DLC of like Tommy's point of view from The Last of Us 2. I think that would be a good one. But like I just don't see anything that I'm wanting from them. I'm not really even wanting a Last of Us Part 3 unless, I'll play it, but I'm not actively begging for it, you know what I mean? If that makes sense. Yeah, the bald head. I think that was called Interstellar, right? That game? Yeah, I don't know if I'm too excited. Be too hyped about it. Forgot I had the knife, technically. Where? Oh, there's my truck. Okay. Data scientist right over there. Yeah, intergalactic, that's what it was. Like interstellar. Yeah, I don't know. We gotta see more. We gotta see gameplay. Weapon data. Dog mine. A canine-shaped landmine that will chase and attack an enemy target. Only able to attack once, dog mines electrocute human targets and blast mechanical targets with explosive damage. They are, however, unable to detect BTs and are therefore ineffective against them. Up to 8 dog mines can be deployed at one time. And we're so close. I thought that was going to be the 5 stars. Dang it, Bobby. Dog mines. Okay. Dog mines are pretty awesome.
名付けてメカドッグよろしくペコ。サブオーダーを出したからよかったら受けてあげて。
Okay.
ペコでした。バイバイ。
She's so cute. We got pizza stuff. Dog mech Sam rescued. Yeah, we're gonna save all this for next time. We'll pivot over to some Destiny for now. But I'm digging it. So, in a couple good hours, let me. I have a little routine here. I gotta grab my screenshots. Otherwise, I will forget to do so. We only took 2 tonight. Get that done, and we'll pivot over to some Destiny. So, stay tuned. We'll be live back in a minute.